Hey, 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 y'all. What is up? Welcome back to Jackie Apps a Lot. Nice to see y'all here. I like to pretend like you're right in front of me. Like, you remember Blue's Clues? I don't know why the fuck that's in my fucking head, y'all. But anyways, welcome back. I hope I got some new viewers on. I told you, getting the word out about this show is mad challenging. Like, social media doesn't like me, period, but it certainly doesn't like when I try to promote my shit, y'all. 172 subscribers on YouTube though, so that's pretty dope. But hey, I gotta remind you something before I start my show, right? I can remind you that if you voted for Trump, what? You're a pretty fucking garbage individual. You're a garbage individual, and I hope your fucking kid ends up going over to Iran. I do. I hope it. They should get the first fucking class treatment. You know what I'm saying? It's the least you deserve. It's the least you deserve. All right, so Jackie yaps a lot. What do? I cuss a lot too. Yeah, so I cuss a lot. I'm blunt. This show is all about the uncomfortable truth. Okay, it's about naming white victimhood, naming white comfort, and honestly just giving it a big fuck you. You know what I mean? Talking about the shit that mainstream media doesn't want to talk about, right? Sugarcoating, everybody's sugarcoating shit. We don't sugarcoat nothing on this show. You understand? I'll say it, and I say it every week. You will get uncomfortable, especially if you're white. But I encourage you to stay anyways. Why? Because it's past that point of discomfort. Once you get past that, that is when the real change begins. I don't know if you remember in season 1, all right? I gotta backtrack a bit, but in season 1, I used to tell you guys that sometimes on camera you can see my mind jumping, right? And I just had one of those moments. I don't know if you guys saw it. So what ends up happening is I'm talking to you, but in my head, I'm saying, is that what I want to say? Or should I have said this? Or did I mean to say that? It's like, it's wild. It's wild. And I know there's other people out there that this shit happens to them too. So I'd like to say it out loud because I think that's important, right? But yeah, so let me know, in the comment section when this is up on YouTube, if you caught that, if you could see my mind going. But yeah, so I don't want to say it's 18 plus because again, like a little bit of swearing. I mean, really, that shouldn't be 18 plus because these are the topics that our youth needs to hear too. Point blank, period. All right. So, this show, right? So my show that's on every Saturday live on Cultureflix at 3 p.m. EST. Every one of these shows is then on YouTube the next day at 9 a.m. EST. And the reason why that is important is because all of my seasons are up there. When I say all my seasons, acting like I got like 35 fucking seasons. I don't. I got 2. This is season 2. But all of my season 1 is up there, right? And then you can catch up on all of season 2, right? Because I do a lot of episodes, y'all. I'm about to take off a couple of weeks coming up. So that way I can get ready to launch season 3, which is going to be even sicker because I got another plan to upgrade the show, right? So, but anyways, yeah, so while you're over on YouTube, right, and you're watching Jackie Apps a lot, you're going to watch all the motherfucking episodes, you're going to hit subscribe, right, and you're going to like, you're going to comment, and then what are you going to do? You're going to tell your mama, you're going to tell your grandma, you're going to tell everybody you know about my show. Okay? I say it every week. I feel like I sound like a broken record, but at this point, I don't fucking care because, yes, 172 is great, but I'm the type of person that's like, hey, I know what is out there. I know what I can achieve. I see what these little fucking, kids, I don't even know if they're kids. I don't know what you call, like, I know we're millennials, but I don't know what as you go down. I don't fucking pay attention to that shit. But they're up there, playing their video games on fucking TV, pretending to be scared of ghosts, all this stupid shit. Out there fucking making millions off of this shit. It's like, what the fuck is that? That should be me. At least I'm giving you valuable fucking information, not just filling your head with fucking garbage. You feel me? Yeah, I'm hating. I mean, I ain't gonna hate on them all, but there's some really whack ones out there. So why would I be okay with my measly 172 motherfucking subscribers? Shit. All right. So, guess what? It is Shop Black Weekend, y'all. And I found that out today. And I wanted to bring it here because how fucking, yeah, it's also, Black Women's History Month. Okay, this month is all about Black women. Today is Shop Black Weekend, right? So why don't you go hit up some small businesses owned by Black women? You feel me? Why don't you go do that? And the cool part is, if you go to my website, www.jackiesacademy.com, you go right on that landing page, there is a link that says Shop Black 365 days a fucking year. It don't say fucking. I just like swearing. It says Shop Black 365 days a year. Click on that link and it brings you to my guide, and my guide is beautiful. I already told you last week, because last week I remember saying that I had a brother who was making his own cookies, and I thought that was mad cool. But yeah, so I won't go into the guide too much, but go hit it up. Was it last week? No, I don't think it was last week. Does it matter? Probably fucking not. All right, y'all. So make sure you do that. Hit up that guide, and do me a favor. If you find somebody on that guide and you're buying from them, let me know. Again, YouTube, put some comments, talk to me. All right. So now what we're gonna do is, what we've been doing all season 2. I introduced something called Top Tier Minds, and that's a segment we're going to right now. I have my boy who has been joining me on season 2. Look at me, season 3. It's coming. He'll be there for season 3 too. But on season 2, bringing him onto the show to really get and bring a whole new vibe, essentially, right? And another amazing mind. And we're coming back to you today, me and Marcus, and we have a few topics that we really, really, really want to talk about. Right, Marcus?
Oh, yes. How you doing, Jackie? How you doing, Jackie's Army? We're going to get into this deep.
Yeah. So we're going to get right to it because me and Marcus obviously put in a shitload of topics up on here and then try and get through them all, feel me? So we want to let's kick it off with talking about Iran, all right? And there is a lot to talk about with Iran, but I think there's a couple of things that I particularly want to call out. And I want everyone to remember that, Iran has never attacked anyone first, right? And our own intelligence leaked that there was no evidence, there was no proof, okay, that Iran had any plans to attack us, okay? So, shocker, the liar, the child rapist, right? Him, yeah, he lied about that. So he went ahead and he just shockingly, what did he do? He lied. And as a result, here we fucking are. He is doing, and yeah, I always fuck up that motherfucker's name and I have no respect for him, so I really don't care. But Netanyahu, whatever the fuck his name is, he owns Trump. That's it. That's where we are. Trump is fighting a war on behalf of this fucking idiot, and that idiot, I still believe, has Trump on video doing shit to little kids, which is what he's holding over his head. You understand? But what I think is most important to say out loud, and then Marcus, I really want to hear what you have to say, is I want just y'all to understand and remember something. Like, these are two dirty, nasty individuals. When I'm who I'm talking about is, Trump and Netanyahu. They're nasty, dirty individuals. And I would not be surprised, Marcus, if, and I wouldn't put it past them, if they together coordinated a terrorist attack on America and then blamed Iran as a way to try to justify what is currently happening.
Well, I'm going to second that and co-sign that and piggyback off what you just said, Jackie, because we can't put these individuals. We have to understand what these individuals have done as being leaders of the country, of their country. Netanyahu planned and murdered his own soldiers and murdered his own citizens on October 7th by allowing Hamas to cross the border, even though they knew the plan was to invade. They knew that they were going to use wing gliders. They knew they were going to use trucks with weapons attached to them. We're not talking tanks. We're not talking AP, armored personnel carriers. We're talking about trucks mounted with gun turrets. We're talking about homemade DIY military vehicles. You know, that's how they got through the secure fence, and they did not put the soldiers on alert. They told them to stand down. That's why during the attack, 241 IDF terrorists, I will not call them soldiers because the IDF, they like to bomb women and children, so that doesn't make you a soldier, were killed in that October 7th attack, which ended up killing off 1,400 people. But in the counterattack with the Apache helicopters, U.S. Apache helicopters flown by Israeli pilots, they killed another 500 citizens and more soldiers, while Hamas murdered about 380 in the whole attack. But they saved another 1,600 because the counterattack was literally to wipe everybody out and to blame Hamas for a 9/11 style catastrophe. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, 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 yep.
So this was the plan of that day was to kill 2,500 partygoers who were doing a rave on the border of the border from Israel and Gaza, and the people that were in those settlements, in the kibbutzes is what they called them. They were squatters. They were squatting on occupied land. So they were sitting ducks anyway because the government set them up. Because people, ask themselves, okay, if you're going to be an Israeli, why can't they put you in the city? Why can't they do? No, they put them out in the desert, put them on the border, and didn't even bother having sentries on alert for any attack from Hamas, even though U.S. intelligence allegedly told the Israeli government that attack was coming. Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's how the
so,
genocide.
yeah, and that's how go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
That's how that's and then of course October 8th was the start of the genocide because the whole thing was Netanyahu needed a reason to obliterate the Palestinians and to take their land, and what he did is he used his own army to do that. His army, the IDF killed as many civilians and their own soldiers as Hamas, double what Hamas did.
And so, and here's the deal: you
Go
have
ahead.
no, and like here's the deal: you have him, someone like that, and then you have Trump, which has proven time and time again has absolutely no soul, no empathy, could care less about anyone or anything. You have those two together. I mean, that's ripe to do something similar in America. I mean, why wouldn't they?
Oh yes, they've proven. Well, Trump invaded Venezuela for no reason. He invaded Venezuela with the CIA's assistance and with special forces.
Yeah, I mean, well,
And
and that gets back to. I'm so sorry for interrupting you. That gets back to what we've been talking about before, which is this motherfucker has broken international law, multiple times. You have a military that continues to take orders that, as far as I'm concerned, are fucking, illegal. It's like, what? Why? Like, why is it that? And here we have Spain, who is like out there saying, "Nah, U.S., you can't be flying off of our bases. You need to respect international law." So you have one country calling attention to it. But what the fuck? Like, why the fuck is this motherfucker allowed, and why is America allowed to just break international law multiple times with no fucking consequences?
Well, why is America and Israel both allowed to do that? I mean, and as I said last week in our last week's episode, both America and Israel are not members of the International Criminal Court because they would then have to hold themselves accountable for the acts of genocide that they've committed, from the Geneva Conventions of 1944. The the thing is people need this is, and I'm gonna make this very short because the Iran topic and all that is very deep. We could go more into that. But what happened in World War II, with what happened with Hitler, with the Holocaust extermination, the concentration camps, there were the Geneva Accords and the Geneva Convention created these laws, these international laws for nations to follow, so we would not have a repeat of World War II to World War III, because World War II was a repeat of World War I. We cannot have countries disrespecting the sovereignty of other nations at whim, and that's unfortunately no one. America and Israel did not get the memo, because throughout the world, and Great Britain too, and France as well, and Russia too, and China, and Japan. All these countries that have all this money and all this military, they don't have it for their own self-defense, even though that's what they tell the world. We need a big military to protect our borders. No, you need a big military to offensively go and fuck with people. It's what you need for.
Yup. Fucking preach. Yup. So here's my question before we wrap up our discussion on Iran. Do you think that they are being forthcoming with the amount of American casualties? Do you think that we are hearing the truth?
You want my answer, right?
I mean, duh, but we're gonna go ahead and set this up like, hey, Marcus, what did you think? Gotta have this up like that.
I'm going to have fun. Even though it's an unfunny topic, I'm going to have fun with this. I can't sing with shit, but I will try. It's called Hell to the No. Hell to the No. They're lying. They're lying. Why are you lying? Why are you always lying? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I got through with some dance moves for you.
No, yeah, no. The lunacy of the whole thing is that Iran has hit 31 U.S. bases across the Middle East and embassies, and the fact that they said only 6 soldiers have been killed and 18 have been wounded is absolute garbage. Anyone with a brain would understand that, because it's not like these places went underground at the first shelling of the missiles. We're talking about there was a lot, they like the one in Kuwait that killed those 4 soldiers. That was a makeshift bunker that had concrete barriers to keep out people from hitting from the ground. They didn't have anything for missile defense, and it got blown apart.
I
You
feel
can
you.
say that, oh, okay, yeah, and you have these paid bots who have no. Oh, yeah, by the way, on top of this as well too, Israel the government was paying influencers, social media influencers, and celebrities, and just trolls $7,000 to post anti-Palestinian or pro-Israel content on social media and post propaganda. Well, now we discovered that these same people owe tens of millions of dollars because the Israeli government hasn't paid them. Because you know what? Because the Israeli government is pretty much broke right now. Because they're trying to fight 3 wars. They're bombing Syria. They're bombing Lebanon. They're attacking the Golan Heights, and now they're fucking with Iran. And of course, at the same time, they're still bombing Gaza. It's expensive to wage war and
Yeah.
genocide.
Yep. Sure shit is.
But we're paying them. We're the ones funding them. So if it's costing us over $1 billion, whatever, they're only waiting for our money that we can't give them. So we're both stupid.
Yep. Absolutely. And the
So
other part that kills me too is when you hear people who want to be all like, oh, pro military, like, oh my God, like, our boys are over there protecting our freedom. No, they're not. They're absolutely fucking not. And I cannot stand that fucking statement. And honestly, too, when I heard, the first couple of Americans that were killed, all I could think about was it the same fucking Americans that shot the bomb at the fucking school that killed all of those little babies? Like, and I'm supposed to feel a particular way because they're American? I don't give a shit if they're fucking American. They just took innocent children's lives. So it's one of those things.
485.
Yeah, it's like one of those things that what the uncomfortable fucking truth is that no one that is in the military right now is protecting anyone outside of white supremacy. Point blank, period. And for our brothers and sisters to be in the military right now is a very confusing thing for me to process, in that you are living and dying for a country that could give two fucking shits about you. And not only does this country not give two shits about you, they continue to remind you day in and day out. So what is it that you're putting your life on the line for? Like, what are you fighting for? And it's like, again, they sit behind this disillusion that it's fighting for our freedoms. You're not. I mean, you're
Yeah.
not. A brother can't even fucking kneel at a goddamn NFL game without white people having a goddamn tantrum. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it just drives me crazy. Like, you're not over there. You're not over there doing anything other than taking part in a murdering of innocent people to distract folks from one of the most prolific pedophile rings that has ever happened in this fucking world. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like that,
Yeah.
like, that's what you're suiting up for. Like, that's what the boys are going to war for. Like, and I hope you're fucking proud of that. And you're not a fucking victim as far as I'm concerned. No one has any goddamn integrity anymore. You're not a fucking victim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Walk the fuck
Yeah.
away. No, I'm not going to take the order. Like, the same thing with the fucking Nazis. It's like, I'm following orders. That's a fucking stupid, ridiculous, dumb, goddamn excuse. And it's fucking pathetic. Have some fucking integrity. God damn. Shit.
Well, the sickening part of the, like you said, to piggyback what you said, because once again, Jackie, you're putting down the education, and it's easy to piggyback off of it. Um, the we are, I mean, 185 girls. The very first day we committed an act of genocide. Our military did. That was like what happened in Vietnam with the My Lai massacre. Like what happened when those civil contractors shot those 16 people to death in Kabul in the Green Zone. We, it comes. It's like we have all this stuff on record. We've proven that we don't follow the rules of engagement in war, and when we try to hold people accountable, then they get pardoned. Trump already set the precedent of it. When he pardoned those Blackwater thugs for that mass shooting in Kabul, that right there set the standard. That next time he's going to be president, he was like, "Oh, wait, I want to take the gloves off of our military and our law enforcement." So basically, that means I'm not going to have a standard set for them. That means they could literally, and everyone wants, even Kamala Harris preached this. We want the most lethal fighting force in the world. No, we don't. We want a military to protect us, but we also want a military that respects human life. And as of right
Exactly.
now, our military does not respect human life because we are still being, and I'll say this from Pete Hegseth, these idiots will play videos of, it looks like more like cosplay to me, like someone dressing, like, the blackface, the shit, the minstrel shows
Yeah.
that what they did back. Okay, they would they would have videos of women wearing nothing but just, you know, hijabs and just complete garments, all black, walking around with their heads down. When if you could go on YouTube, you could look up travel buddies on YouTube, and I invite anyone to do this and go to Tehran, nightlife in Iran. You will see that looks a lot like what American cities look like when it comes to nightlife. You have clubs, you have shopping, you have young people dressed in any way they want to dress, you have adults dressed in whatever they want to dress, you have families mingling, you have nothing but it looks like an American city. But they don't show that because that way they'll have no reason to bomb the place. So they're gonna show a military, or they're going to show Iran back in the 1950s or whatever, or something, or during the 80s when they were at war with Sudan with Saddam Hussein or something.
Right,
They're going to show those images. Go ahead.
no, yeah, no, and to piggyback off you, to show those images, and then I think, like I said, the next step, because people are buying that, okay, these are the images we're showing you. We also told you, right, that they want to attack us. They have plans to attack us. People aren't buying that. His base isn't buying that. So the next step is to have an attack come to fruition. And I keep saying
A false
it.
flag.
Yeah, and I keep saying it so folks are paying the fuck attention. And if something happens in America, I would not automatically jump to Iran. I would not automatically think, even if it looks as such, that it is such. I would have a
Can
lot
I ask you a
of
question?
skepticism.
Oh, I don't want to be up to, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to get somebody to pull that off?
I mean,
I
shit,
have an opinion,
I ain't shit. I ain't giving no fucking ideas up on here. Shit.
Okay.
Then be saying
I,
fucking Jackie told him how. I'm good. Fucking.
Yeah. Well, I just think I think for them to pull something like that off, and I mean this. This is why I believe that ICE kidnapping people and putting them in detention is the key with it. They're trying to find a patsy,
Huh.
and I believe that they're gonna use the people that they have in detention as patsies.
Huh.
They're not even, don't you think?
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't
not
that be
even,
easy?
yeah. Yeah, I was thinking just simple as finding just the same type of motherfuckers that they found to shut out Charlie Kirk's neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people. There's brown
Oh
people, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, they could find that's, so, but what you just said, that is, yeah. Yes, I could see that. I could see
Yeah,
that.
because yeah. So what's because an Iranian, an
Huh.
Arab or whatever looks like a Latino. They're both gonna be dark skinned,
That's what I'm
and you just
saying. Yeah,
what
exactly.
so.
Yeah.
No, we break it first, the world. Like I said, if something happens in America, don't be surprised. It's someone got coerced into it who's either in detention or their family's in detention, and they were forced to do this.
Yeah, and don't, like I said, don't you all start acting like a fool and oh I ran, oh I don't. I mean, just be smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're gonna leave, so we can get into our next discussion. But yeah, just be smarter than that, and remember what me and Marcus were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I was just thinking they can easily just. There are so many. There are so many brown and brown, we'll just say a lot of brown folks that would love to please the massa. We'll put it that way. So, all right,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna leave the Iran topic for now. We're gonna head over to Texas. So right quick, we're gonna talk really quick about Jasmine Crockett losing in Texas and
Yeah.
how that made. So I would say how it made me feel, and I'm just gonna be honest, and I don't want to sound cliche, but I was not surprised. I was not surprised, not because of the fact that we know that Latinos and white people are absolute boogers who sit up there talking about how they understand assignments, that they have no fucking clue what the goddamn assignments. Like, we wrote the fucking assignment in fucking Dutch and they have no idea what the fuck we're saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, that's not why. It was because of voter suppression, point blank, period. I mean, we're in a country, right, where Donald Trump is president when we know, and he said it, Elon said it. I mean, AOC, which everyone completely forgets, said, hey, we know something. We know what he did. But the American people are going to need to be patient. I just want to say, AOC, I'm still patient. I'm still waiting to see what the fuck the outcome of that one is. But with that being said, we all know that he cheated to win, right? We understand the type of individual that this person is. We understand the stakes, quote unquote, if he really was to lose the more seats and shit flipped and whatnot and all this shit. Why the fuck would you think they weren't in fucking Texas nonetheless? How did anyone go in there thinking that this was going to be a fair election? And then on top of it, you have James Tallarico that apparently has people fucking confused left and right. You got motherfucking Latinos up there saying, "Oh my God, I'm gonna vote for him because I don't do Latino accent because I think that's rude. I just use my same old little white sounding thing." But I do. But he's like, "Oh my God, I think that he was Spanish. He's one of us. He's not." And he's been very vocal about that. So you have all these dumb fucking people that, I just dumb. Okay, sorry. But the thing that kills me about this fucker is that he's out there, haha, I won, thank you very much. Oh yeah, look at me. Knowing that there's voter suppression, how the fuck do you even accept the job? How do you not say that this is not okay? I mean, there was a sister that I watched on Instagram, and she is just crying because she's talking about the voter suppression that she endured, how she had to drive like 30 miles out of her way to get to where the Democrats could vote, and there were only 3 machines and they were barely working, whereas the Republicans their voting machines, they were closer and there were more of them, and that the voting machines that were in the school that she had to go to were like old and raggedy, so like barely working, and she was just so distraught, and I could just feel her pain, and it resonated with me. And it's like, we as a country, we see all of this happening, we know all of this happening, and then we act surprised that she lost. And it's like, yes, am I sitting there saying that the Latinos didn't come through and vote for, and not come through, but fail again, didn't come through again? Absolutely. We got a whole other conversation that we talk about Latinos and their confusion to where they fit in, right? And who they think they fucking are, right? But this is voter suppression. This is corruption. And it's important to call it out because Americans are sitting here relying on a system that is broken, a system that's corrupt. The votes and voting is only as good as the system it's built on. And the system that American voting is built on is completely broken. It's fundamentally cracked, and it's only getting worse. To think you're going to get fair outcomes, to think that you're going to defeat fascism like this is fucking, honestly, it pisses me off more than Jasmine losing. Because that's why she's losing. Because the system is broken, but we continue to swear by it. It's like, what the fuck? Sorry, you know me, Jackie yaps a lot, so I just fucking yapped my brain off. But shit, Marcus, it just pisses me off because it's like, what the fuck? Like, we know exactly what's going on, and then we know the reason why the Latinos didn't vote for Jasmine. At the same time, we have to process that they're anti-black, and that's the real reason why they didn't vote for Jasmine. And then at the same time that's happening, we have all the white people, the fucking Beckys and Toms coming out telling us, well, Jasmine congratulated him, so therefore every black person in the world should also congratulate him. Shut the fuck up. Jesus, taking that goddamn autonomy with one fucking goddamn sentence, it's like snatching it all up. It's like, can we get a goddamn break? It's like the goddamn insults left and motherfucking right. And it's like, whew, okay, I'm down. I'm a shut up, Marcus. You give me, let me breathe. You talk.
I just like Glorilla. I just let you cook. So, you're the chef. You're Chef Jackie. You are cooking. Couple of things on that. On top of the corruption, the voter suppression, let's call it what it is. It was a criminal offense all around. They had the Republicans had allegedly had 5 voting places And the one place that the Democrats had that was actually within the last 3 or 4 years of voting was moved, and it was moved online. So you had people who never even contacted about the voting place in advance that it was moved. So you had people going to that same place, and then they were told that they can't vote there. I know they got to go across town 30 miles in South Dallas. And if people understand, Dallas is not Des Moines, Iowa. Dallas is a city of like 4 million people. That's that's a lot of distance to cover to do one thing. And of course, like you said, the voting machines, there was only three of them there and they were raggedy. Well, remember back about, say, 9 months ago that a mega loyalist bought all the Dominion, that bought the stake in Dominion Systems. Remember Dominion, the ones that sued
Mm-hmm.
Fox for 785 million? Yeah. I guess, I don't know how the hell he did it. Maybe he's a billionaire or something, or a multi millionaire, but he bought Dominion, he bought the Dominion systems, the voting machines, bought them all out. And guess what? Republicans probably got access to them, Democrats don't.
Mm.
So
Mm.
if he didn't have the money, he had someone pay for those. So the Dominion system is MAGA already. So they decided, okay, we can't beat them, we'll just buy them. And that's the whole answer to it. And as far as James Tellerico goes, I mean, come on, the whole thing was a simple swerve. There was Stephen K. Colbert and then James Tirico and of course Barry Weiss. Oh, this supposed little rivalry they got going on. Whatever. No, no, I don't want to show the interview of you. Whatever. It's just like Barry Weiss did not want to show the interview of what happened in CCOT or EarCot, whatever, because that was going to expose the brutality of Trump's immigration system. So she decided she closed that off. But she considered, I mean, what was the stake of her not showing the interview with Stephen Colbert? You cannot tell me that that thing was a plant because they were more scared of Jasmine Crockett than they were of James Tellerico because guess what? James Tellerico is funded by an affiliate of the Rothstein family and the Rothschilds family. And the Rothschilds are Zionists.
Shocker.
So, and yes, he's an evangelical. He's
Shocker.
religious first. He just but he's like an evangelical light, but he's still funded by an Israeli lobby. So even though the whole thing about Jasmine was she's pro-Israel, when Jasmine has not even said that she takes the money from AIPAC, that was a whole rub. So, but he could be. See, that's the thing. It's fun when they do it, but we can't do it
Right. Well,
because
because if
James
it's white,
Tarico
it's
is
got to be right.
exactly. Exactly. That's all it is to it. And James Tallarico, like I said, he got the sympathy vote. And not only did he have the sympathy vote, he had the corrupt vote because you have to talk about 5 voting places to 1. You talk about all these working machines to 3 battered ones. And you're talking about being told in advance months ago where to go vote. And the people who were voting for St. Mary for 3 years not even being told where to vote.
But that's why that goes back to why the people who are celebrating say, "Well, he's a good person. He's a good." No, he's not. The problem is
Mm.
that especially white America has really low fucking standards for what constitutes a good person. If they hear somebody spewing shit that gives them the illusion that's going to bring them back to their status quo, then that person's automatically a good person. But in actuality, a good person who has integrity would have said, nah, a good person with integrity, understanding what this country needed, he wouldn't have even ran against her. I mean, that's the thing. There's so many ways to look at it, but in the end, what it is and how we're told is, well, you as black people, because Jasmine said what she said and she was professional about it, now you have to unite with us and you have to, get behind us and you need to go vote for and it's like, no, that's not
Fuck
what we're,
that.
yeah, no, it's like, we're not going to ignore racism for the sake of unity, and asking us to do so is weird as shit. Okay?
They
It's
always do that,
weird.
though.
Always. Always. It's always time for unity when after they're done pissing all over us.
Hmm.
And when we
No,
want unity. Actually, not even they're done. They're pissing on us as they're asking for unity. But as soon as the piss starts sprinkling on them, I don't even know. I don't even think my sentence made fucking sense at this point.
No, no,
But you know
no,
what the fuck I
it
was
made perfect
saying.
sense. Exactly. You know, it made perfect sense. Come on,
Shit.
think about it for a second. After Renee Good and Alex Preddy, they were basically calling us out and calling us the N words for not coming down the streets to take their bullets and stuff. That's what they did.
Yeah, and no,
Even
and that's what I'm saying.
and,
Like, it's like what people need to understand is, part of what I do is like, I'm doing anti-racism, and part of my anti-racism training is to point out the way the white man still has. When I say white man, I'm talking about women too. That slave time mentality. It comes through every time, and that's what the
mm-hmm.
reaction. That's white people's reaction to Jasmine losing, and then watching our reaction is legit slave time mentality, telling us that we need to get behind the good Negro, which is Jasmine, because she did the professionalism right after and called and congratulated him. Okay, we the white people have deemed Jasmine Crockett as a good Negro now, that you need to follow suit, and you need to do and think and say how she's saying what she's doing. And it's like they take away, like I said, they take away our autonomy, they take away everything. You see what I'm saying? They take that away and and tell us how to behave. And that is slave time mentality, telling us how to behave, and then them deeming who is, like I said, quote unquote, the good Negro versus the bad Negro, and when it's okay to get behind them. They can shit all over Jasmine Crockett, but then it's, now that she lost and she said we should get behind Tallarico, now we should listen to her. And it's like, y'all are fucking confused. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Interrupt my ass because I'm
Yeah.
going.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Like I said, you're cooking. You're cooking with gas and petrol and propane and all that. So, but no, I just want to throw a little thing at you. It's the same thing they did with Martin Luther King. If you think about this, back in history, he was considered to be James Edgar Hoover called him the most dangerous Negro in America, the most dangerous, the greatest national security, the greatest internal security threat in America was the Black Panthers. The most dangerous man in America, most dangerous Negro in America was Dr. Martin Luther King. What happens as soon as both entities are assassinated? Then, free breakfast, the WIC program, all this, even though the Black Panthers created that.
Yep.
MLK Day. He was
Yep.
this. Cool. Every time MLK verse is quoted, the only thing we're taught in the school is MLK, this and this and this, after he's dead. You literally hated and shared all of this man while he was alive. And now, since he's dead, now we all supposed to copy what he did.
Dope analogy, because that's like exactly what they do. That's exactly what they're doing with Jasmine. And I think,
Jasmine Crockett.
yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. And like I said, it's like, I want our people to wake up and to not be naive and to think that we have a shot right now in this country the way it's designed, because we don't, right? We need to break the system. We need to tear down the system, right? But
exactly.
in the meantime, right? Because again, as much as we need to tear down the system, we need the white people to tear down the system. What we need to be focusing on is our community. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say, I just want to make sure it's clear, like when I say that we need an entire new system in order for us to thrive, I'm saying to stop pouring our energy as a community into this broken ass system. For us to seek out and to create our own avenues, right? And to follow those avenues, right? Because that government shit is man-made, and a lot of it is fear-based. Let them have it. Let them be raggedy. We start our own businesses. We can do our own fucking thing, but we can't sit here and wait for this government to come rescue us in its current state, because it's not going to. And white people have proven time and time again that they are very moist over the mediocre white man. Oh my fucking, the moist over the mediocre white man. I don't fucking get it. I mean, I don't fucking get it. But I mean, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we need to continue. We need to pour into our communities. We need to create different structures, different avenues, get creative. And again, underground, we don't need to be broadcasting this shit on Threads or on Instagram. We need to come up with all of this shit underground, and that's what we need to focus on. And then when the time's ripe, we can come out and we can take our rightful seat. You know what I'm saying? In the fucking
Hmm.
head of this goddamn government in the goddamn country. But right now, I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna get shat on every motherfucking time.
You know what? You just created a phrase. You just created a phrase for season three.
What is it?
There should be a segment on the show called Moist Mayos. You should put that. You should trademark that. That should be like twat sauce of the week. Oh no, I don't want to give away the spoiler alert. That's coming. Boy, we have to have moist mayos. We
We
have to
have
have
to.
moist
That's
mayos.
good. I'll write that
Moist,
down.
moist mayos. It's so moist.
I also gotta see too if I can get me a little bit longer too, because I don't think we want to see Marcus and I wanted to show you, because y'all been asking, right? So we wanted to show you what we like to call Trumpstein Unfiltered, and then we wanted to talk about it. But we ain't gonna have time to do that tonight. So Marcus, what I'm thinking is part of the upgrade that I'm doing for season 3 is so that we can do this whole video type of segment. So why don't we hold off on videos for now? We'll bring that into season 3. And why don't we kick
Exactly.
off? We had, I mean, our discussion on Iran, our discussion on Jasmine Crockett was needed and educational and informative and like I said, we always said, sorry, Marcus and I had a discussion. We said we want to be solution driven. And I mean, I think the solution is exactly what I said. It is to
Yeah.
pour back into the community. You know what I mean? It's to grow our own food. It's to make sure we're shopping at our own stores. Um,
We should take everything we contributed and then we gave away for the benefit of America. We need to take back. We need to nationalize our inventions. We need to take those back because they want to be separate. They want separatism. But then they want separatism but with everything that we given them. No, you want to be separate, then we take everything that we gave you, we bestowed onto you, whether through either benevolence or through your treachery. We'll take what we created and then you start from scratch in your cave, trying to learn how to use fire, avoiding water, avoiding cleanliness, going back to getting bubonic plague from being nasty and dirty, and we'll be fine in our utopia of being smelling fresh and looking fresh, okay?
but yeah, no, but it's true.
No,
It's
no, no,
true.
I'm serious. Yeah, cut the humor aside because because you put out black inventors all through Black History Month. We
Well, and
literally
that's
created a whole world.
exactly, and that's the other thing too. Is that's why, and you know, I'm gonna say it, that's why Jackie. That's why I literally built Jackie's Academy is because I spent the good portion of my life, 18 years out there learning the shit that they try and they work really hard to keep from our community, the skills that they intentionally
Hmm.
keep from our community in order to prevent us from accumulating generational wealth, in order to prevent us from thriving, right? And I took that and I intentionally built it into an academy so that way our people had access to those tools and those resources for free so they can plan their trust, so they can understand what credit score is, so they can understand not it, so that way we can concede to the white man what they structured. No, so that way we can learn their structure better than them and we can manipulate the fuck out of them because we are smarter.
Hmm.
We can play their game, but we can play it 10 times better, and I am the fucking master
Yes.
at it. I hate that word. I shouldn't have used that word. But I am excellent at it. Like, you don't even fucking understand the skill sets that I have. But it's all up in that academy. Everything I do is there. And that's what I want to bring more here. Obviously, like, while we talk here about Jackie at Jackie Yaps a lot. But we can do that. And I'm giving you the tools, and that's what our community should be doing. So that's the solution. Like, if you want to take something away from tonight, that's it. Okay? It's learn the secrets, figure out how they fucking operate, and then twist that shit twisted so that way it
How
works
much are
for
your rates?
us. Huh?
Hey, how much are your rates for your classes for anti-racism? How much are your rates? Let them know how much they have to pay. They need to pay to get this knowledge that is needed. That is something that they carry on for the rest of their life. Because
Well,
if you tell them how much you charge, then they know that Because like I said, Warren Buffett charges $1,000 or something like that to learn some process about making 17% profit on your
well,
Wall
see,
Street investments.
See, that's the thing is honestly, like all of my financial stuff, all of my finance fundamentals, all of my leadership, my project management, that's not locked down. Like I actually don't charge for that stuff. That stuff is all for free up
Ooh,
on my website. Like I don't charge for that stuff, and I also write articles. I also write articles on my Substack. If you want something elevated,
ooh.
yeah, if you want elevated education with me, that's why I tell people to go to my paid Substack because for just $8 a month, and I sound like a fucking commercial, just for $8 a month, you get no, but in all seriousness, like for $8 a month, not only are you getting anti-racism training, which is off the chain, you also get the expanded leadership templates, the expanded financial tools, the expanded
Mm.
project management stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm up to 111 paid subscribers on Substack, and that shit is dope as shit. That made me I got verified because of that shit. So that should tell you
You need
what's
more though.
I
You need
need
more.
more, but that should
If
tell people exactly what's on that Substack. 111 people are paying for the shit that I'm producing for a fucking reason because it's fucking gold. You understand?
yes,
So yeah, people. I just went off on a tangent, and we only got 10 minutes left, so we gotta get the twat toss. But yeah, solution: pour
no.
into the black community. Keep pouring into us. Listen to Jackie and Jackie's Academy. Make me famous, y'all, and I could teach everybody. I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead. Let's go into twat toss of the week, Marcus.
Oh yes, twat sauce of the week, and this will be the Tasty Freeze version. And if you know about Tasty Freeze, Dairy Queen. If you know about Dairy Queen, then you know about gelato. If you know about gelato, then you know about anything that has to do with a smoothie. And we know who the royalty smoothie is, but since they want to fire black employees who refuse to serve disrespectful, unwashed, devolved, racist, bigoted, cousin married, incest birthed, MAGA people, then Smoothie King, hashtag Smoothie King, as SMOOTHIE King, you are this week's Twassas of the
Whoop
week.
whoop. And I fucking think that shit's well deserved because I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I am so motherfucking sick of the goddamn double standards. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
it was a person who was denying somebody from the LGBTQ plus something, that would be okay. You know what I mean? Like it just
Yep.
it drives me fucking insane the double standards. Because isn't there a fucking law? Like didn't they pass something that said that people have the right to um,
Refuse service.
refuse service?
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like it's funny how remember that twat from Kentucky,
Yeah,
Kim Davis.
yeah.
Kim Davis.
That yes,
She
yes,
would not.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. The funny thing is this. It's kind of funny. She was a public servant. She was a paid civil servant who would not give license to a couple, a lesbian couple, or when for when they were or it had something to do with the cake or something. It had something to do with the cake. Oh, but I think that's a separate thing. Someone would not make a cake for a lesbian couple. She would not give them a license. So, but they allowed her to do that, and only after years of bullshit did she get held accountable for her shit. But we have little kids who are uncomfortable, who are obviously being harassed and verbally whatever by this couple. All of a sudden they have to suck it up and serve them. We're talking
Well,
teenagers,
and
preteen,
well,
17-year-olds.
exactly. And that's the thing is how I look at it is they were punished for protecting their dignity. And that's
Yeah.
always why we get in trouble for protecting our dignity. And what that does is it tells on the company itself. And the thing that people have to understand, when you are white, you have to understand something. When a white person, especially a motherfucking dude who looks like a goddamn meth head, is wearing a Trump shirt, that is violent. That is violent. That is like calling us a nigger. You understand? And to stand up
Not
in
like it is.
it is, and to stand up in front of us with that racially violent shirt and expect us to give you a level of respect is fucking absurd. And I will always use this analogy. Would you ask a Jewish person to wait on and to serve an individual who had a Hitler on his shirt? You wouldn't. You wouldn't even let. Ugh, it just drives me fucking crazy. So I think that's what white people really need. I want y'all to fucking take away from this shit. One, boycott the fuck out of Smoothie King. Nobody should be going there anymore. Target treatment. But two, is that Trump is racially violent. His name is racially violent to our community. And we're not taking that shit anymore. It's the same thing that you and I and Byron have talked about before, that, don't fuck or don't mess with black, or leave black people the fuck alone. You know what I mean? This is part of it. We're not gonna walk through this country with blinders on and ignoring the discomfort anymore. We're not gonna do it anymore. We're not gonna let y'all just spit in our fucking faces. And I was so proud of those two young girls for standing their ground and for them saying, yeah, nah, you don't have to cuss me out. You don't have to call me out of your mouth a nigga. You're wearing a shirt that's calling me a nigga. You are disrespecting me with that shirt. You are being racially violent, and therefore, no, I am going to protect my dignity and I'm not serving you. I was so proud of them. And as you said, obviously fucking Smoothie King and their reaction, you can tell by Marcus's pick of the week of Twat Sauce what we think about that company. Just another company that wants to align with fascism and a fucking child rapist. That's the thing that I fucking don't
Yeah.
even get. Proudly.
I
Shit,
mean,
we only got like 2 minutes
I
left,
mean,
so you say one thing, go.
yeah, yeah, I made a point to post to. I made a point to show you that post so people could read that and you could take it for what it is. But I take it the fact that they don't respect, they're anti-black. They damn sure don't respect black, our presence, whatever, unless we're serving them, doing some service. So to the young girls who stood their ground, we salute you, and stay strong. And like I said, once you find out who you are, if I can find who you are, I will make sure to amplify your story myself and make sure that people understand and can contribute to what you need to have contributed. You don't need to work for a racist. Don't work for a racist company like that at all. Don't.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't fucking need them. They told you exactly who they are and what they stand for, and you don't need that shit. So, all right. All right. So, we are at the end of the show, and there's a couple of things I want to say. It is Black Women's History Month this month. We're celebrating 2 months in a row. We had Black History Month last month, and now I'm doing Black Women's History Month. And again, of course, if you're on Threads, if you're on Substack, I'm dropping gems. But I brought some of those gems, and only a few of them tonight. But I brought a few of those gems. But we're gonna talk about more women. Over the course of this month's episodes. But all right, so let's talk about. I did it a little bit differently. I ain't coming up here right now to tell you everything that women invented. Okay, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. All right, so get this one. Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the United States. We are out here building businesses at more than twice the national rate. Okay? And that kind of growth doesn't just show up on spreadsheets, it shifts what is possible, y'all. Okay? It means new jobs, new markets, new ideas, and a whole ecosystem built from our creativity. You understand? From our sacrifice, from our hard work. It's proof that when Black women create, entire markets move. You're welcome. Put some fucking respect on it.
Yep, exactly.
Next up, because everybody always got something to say about voting and telling us, oh, make sure you show up to vote, make sure you do your part. Listen, bitches, black women show up at the polls with a consistency this country does not even fucking deserve. Okay? We vote at some of the highest rates while navigating barriers and disrespect that no one else in this motherfucking country faces. Okay? So put some respect on it. All right. So, Marcus, we are 10 o'clock, and I'm going to close out with a poem written by Marcus. And I am in contact, and I didn't get to tell you yet, Marcus, because it was right before the show, but I am in contact with my boy Sam. I got in touch with him right before the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I got in touch with him right before the show. So we'll be chatting soon, and I'll be getting his poetry back on the show as well. But I want to close tonight with my boy Marcus's poem. And this is a poem that is dedicated to Black Women's History Month, and it's called Stallion. A black woman with no restraints is a thoroughbred with open range. Imagine a world run by a queen. The possibilities lasting infinity. Happy Black Women's Month, y'all. Black Women's History Month, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Jackie Yaps a Lot. I always run over time. Shit. I always do. That's okay. That's okay. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Hit me up on Substack. Make sure you hit up my boy Marcus on YouTube and on Instagram. We will be back again next week with another dope ass show. And I always get awkward closing out, and I just keep talking because I don't know how to just say bye. So, bye. Much love, and yeah, stay safe, y'all.
See ya.
Bye bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye bye.